Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Today's video is going to be a Friday Reads! And this is my third Friday Reads in a row, which I am so excited because I love doing Friday Reads, telling you my weekend plans and catching you up on my reading for the week and just having a little knit-nat chatter. We know I'm the chatting queen, so these videos are perfect for me. So I'm going to talk about what I read this week. I read Outline by Rachel Cask. In my last two Friday Reads videos I was struggling my way through this book and I have finally finished it. I've done a whole video review on it, which I will link that down below. And let me just say, if you don't like ranting reviews, it's not for you. If you don't like negative reviews, it's not for you. That should give you a clue on how I felt about Outline. Dear Lord, dear Lord. Anyway, so that video is down below if you want to know my thoughts and feelings on Outline. What I would like to read this weekend is I would like to finish Under the Lilacs by Louisa M. Alcott. Louisa actually did Little Women as well, and I read Little Women and I thought it was cute and it was nice, but I didn't feel a lot happened. It was just kind of a cozy, nice read. This book I think is much better than Little Women. I'm just going to say that now. It's about two little girls who live in this gorgeous, quaint American town, find this stray dog and they're like, oh my god, and it can do tricks and it can stand on its back legs and all this weirdness, and then they find the dog's owner, who is a little boy who is a runaway, and they tell their mum, and their mum takes the little boy in, and he's called Ben, and she says like, Ben, like, you can't be a runaway, I'm gonna find you a job, I'm gonna like help you settle into our town. And then this woman called Miss Cecilia, she is quite wealthy and Ben has been hiding out in her house while she's been away. So she comes back to her house and she says that Ben can come and live with her. And she has a brother, and her brother is very kind of like heartbroken and he's been unwell and they don't have any parents. And she says, Ben, my brother kind of has forgotten how to be a little boy. Can you teach him again? Bring back some joy into his life. And Ben is one of the nicest characters in the world. And we find out that he used to be a part of the circus. And one day his dad, who also worked in the circus, just walked out and never came back. Was like, I'm off to the shop, never came back. So Ben was left by himself. He was very badly treated, so was his dog, and Ben loves horses, and so he ran away. And Mrs. Seal has, like, someone in the book has a horse, I'm sure it's her, and he's looking after the horse, and then he teaches the boy, who's like a bit heartbroken about his situation, how to live again. Oh, it's so lovely. And the story of the two little girls, it's lovely. Each chapter is like a different little tale, and something lovely will happen with each chapter, and I just need to get this finished. I basically lost this book. Gorgeous book it is. I lost it, and so now I found it again. I need to carry on reading it. Also, my bookmark in it is Henry and his wives, Henry VIII there, which is fitting. Lovely book, like I can't recommend this enough. It really is gorgeous. And the little thing with Little Women was that I felt not a lot happened and there wasn't like a great drama and all this, and they were saying how poor they are, but they had a servant called Hannah who lived with them, and I was like, really? Like, you're not the most desperately of poor, like, out there. And I felt like it was all just a bit bizarre. Whereas in this, there's actual heartbreak. When Ben talks about like his story and his life, there is real heartbreak within it. So I really like this so far. And the next one is really a suggestion to you watching this here. Tales of Suspense by Edgar Allan Poe. This is a collection I own. It's really lovely, and it's full of Edgar Allan Poe's short stories. So there's loads of them in here, and I was thinking that I could read one of the short stories and find one that I like and then read it aloud on video, kind of like an audiobook of some of his short stories, because I'm sure I can read this aloud because they're out of the public domain. After a certain point they come out of copyright and you can read them aloud. So is anyone interested in that? I just thought, as it's coming up to like Christmas time, it might be quite nice for me to read like a horror short story, and it could become a regular thing on the channel, like once a week or something. But I'm going to read one of these short stories anyway and find one that I like, and then I'll listen to you in the comments, and then you can let me know if you're interested in that at all. One more point before I get on to my weekend plans. If you took part of the Mary Poppins book club thing, then please can you link down your comments, thoughts and feelings on the book. If you've already sent me your thoughts and feelings, then I've got them all on file. I've print screened them all. But if you have read the book and you just haven't told me what you think about it yet, and you would like your comment to be in my review video, leave it down in the comment section of this video. What did you think of Mary Poppins? What are your thoughts and feelings? Don't hold back, give me your true thoughts. And that is all my reading stuff for this weekend. Tomorrow is Saturday. I am going to, there's some like Christmas fairs that I want to go to and just probably bumble around Bristol. And then on Saturday there's some like Christmas fair stuff as well, and there's also a Advent by candlelight at Bristol Cathedral. And as I'm led to believe that we're going to go into Bristol Cathedral, it's going to be pitch black, and then slowly by candlelight it's going to be lit up until the whole cathedral is in light. And this is a thing that happens every year. It's like a Christian thing to do with Christmas, and I just thought that'd be lovely. Me and my boyfriend have been to other events there. We love Bristol Cathedral. Really is a great venue. It's free. All their events are free, majority of them. If you've got like time on your hands in Bristol, you want something to do, I would say look around the cathedral. Like, it's really beautiful. Give it a look. And also, if you go through the cafe, there is an outside garden bit that's kind of a cemetery, but it's a really old cemetery and garden, which is stunning as well, which a lot of people don't realise that you can access it. It's beautiful. They have so much on at the cathedral. Me and my boyfriend are not religious though. We don't go there for religious reasons, even though we have been to religious events. We are very undecided within religion. Should I talk about religion for a bit? Seems like too controversial a subject. I'm sweating already. Okay, let's talk about church for a little bit. Me and my boyfriend are both undecided with religion, and like, we don't mock anyone for what they believe. You can believe whatever the hell you want. We don't mind, but we are personally not religious, and neither of us was brought up with religion. So we just go to the cathedral because we love the venue, we love old churches, and like I said, like, I'm undecided, so I do go to religious stuff that they held there as well. So obviously the candlelight vigil on Sunday is a religious event. I'll go to it. I enjoy it, you know. We'll see. Maybe one day I will be religious. When I was a child, I was religious, but that's because I was a member of the Girl Guides, which in America you'd call it the Scouts, the Girl Scouts. It's exactly the same as that, but it used to be a religious organisation. So to be a part of the Girl Guides, you had to go to Sunday church every Sunday. But I was kind of the only one in my like troop that went. Everyone else used to be like, oh, I'm ill, I can't come. Oh, family's coming. Like, no one used to go to this, so I became flag bearer, but by default because no one else turned up. And so I had to, like, I used to call it church parade. It was really Sunday church service. How offensive. Church parade, my time to shine. And I used to have this flag, a massive flag, that I used to have to like walk down. I was a child at the time, and then I used to have to hand it to the priest, sometimes a nun, hand it to them, and then saunter off to my chair and was like, woo, in front of everyone. I loved it because I was part of drama groups. You know me, I'm a very theatrical person. And our vicar at the church used to be very much like the vicar from the film Pollyanna. If anyone's seen the original film of Pollyanna, the vicar in it, he's very sad about his own life, and so he starts shouting and screaming at the altar, and our vicar was like that, but he was a really nice man. It was just that the church was way too big, so the church was huge, they had no microphones, he used to have to stand in this pulpit, and he had quite a soft voice, so he just used to shout the sermon, scream it, because that's the only way people could hear it, and he didn't really have any like good volume control with his voice, so he'd be like, and God said, do thee, but he'd have like such a nice face, like smiling. But oh my god, the theatricalness of it, I was like, yes. And sometimes people used to shout out, like, I don't know if I wish I could go back in time and talk to my younger self. Do you ever feel like that? And so I could say, did you believe in God when you were younger? Like, what was that about? But I think I went because it was just so like theatrical, and to me it was like storytelling, like this great storytelling with this very theatrical man, and then sometimes like older women would shout out and be like, yes. I just like, it was quite mad really thinking back, and I just loved that element of it. And then before everything started, I used to be able to hold the flag and parade it down, give it to the vicar, and everyone was like, oh, how sweet is she? Like, I just loved the whole like theatrics. And another reason I used to go to church is, so like, I don't want this to offend any people who are religious, because you can be whatever religion you want. I feel like to be religious, look into all the religions and find a religion that works for you if that's what you want to do with your life, or find one that like connects to you. So I'm not sure if I was religious as a child, but one of the other reasons I used to go to church is because I was a vegetarian as a child. And I've been vegetarian on and off throughout my whole life. I'm vegetarian at the moment. You know, I normally am vegetarian, but when I was a child I just become vegetarian because my parents were. And when you go to, like, is it communion, when you had to kneel on your knees and the priest comes round and he gives you some red wine and then he gives you a cracker, like a little round of bread, and obviously he didn't give me red wine, but he used to give me this cracker and he puts it on your tongue and it's like the body of Jesus and the wine is the blood of Jesus. And then it's like, he does that after every person. And for some reason, I thought the little cracker that he was giving us was meat. I thought it was a bit of chicken. So I used to every weekend think, my parents don't know, they think I'm a vegetarian, but I'm sneaking chicken. Like, honestly, it was like a big occasion for me. Like, that's how petty I was as a child. Like, I'll take the chicken. Like, I honestly thought I was sneaking meat and I wasn't. So that was the reason I went as well. So yes, that is my church chat. Tell me if you are religious, what religion that is, or if maybe you're not religious, and reasons for that. Is there, I know, are many different reasons why people aren't religious. I'm going to end the video now because I'm just as always chatting on at you. Like, if we met in real life, I'd just be chatting in your face. It's so one-sided. I'm like, oh, doing a monologue for you here. So anyway, tell me your weekend plans, tell me what you're reading, and also if you want to tell me like about your religion or a reason you are religious or you're not religious, then go for it. Don't bash each other in the comments though, because I just think we all have to be open and free like the arms of the angels. Is that a Christian song? I don't, angels? Gotta be. Anyway, I'm gonna go now and I hope you have a great weekend. I may put up some videos at the weekend, so keep your eyes peeled for them.